Welcome back. We're here on this transmission job, and what we've done is we've cleaned this dude up pretty good. All the sludge that gets down in the bottom there, you want to get as much of that stuff as you can out, because it'll wind up in your filter, and you'll be changing your filter pretty soon. So what I've done is I've taken taken this counter shaft, if this actually is your counter shaft, out, and I kept it oriented so the same bearings go back in the same place that they came from. I'll just slip that dude right back in there and put it in the front and put it right back where it belongs there. Trying to bang it and clang it around. Get a couple extra boogers out of there. Now, I've inspected the bearings, I've inspected the races. And as I took it apart, you'll see that there's shims on this side, right here. And those shims are going to put the preload on that bearing. You want to make sure that goes back exactly the way you got it out. And we'll put that dude on there. And what I've done is I've put it on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the tractor. But before I get all crazy doing that, I don't want these gears to be in the way when I put this other shaft in, when I put my top shaft in. So I'll grab my top shaft. It's all assembled, ready to go. I've got this here zip tie on there to hold everything in place so it don't come apart. And taking this baby apart, I tried to bring it out the front, and I learned it doesn't go that way. So what you want to do is you want to take it out the top. I'll put that dude right in place there. Pretty. Okay. Now, we'll come over here. I've taken all these parts and I've cleaned them in my kerosene and such. Replaced what needed to be replaced as far as seals go and all that good stuff. We've got new gaskets where they need to go and all that happy stuff. So what we'll do here is orient this the way it came out. Slide that dude right on there. I don't want to damage the lip on that seal, so I want to be careful with it. Now, that bearing will need to go in there. I'm going to have to do some wiggling, some kind of stuff. Getting that off was a chore. Getting it back on is probably going to be a lot of fun too. So, I've got needle bearings over here inside that shaft that it marries up to. So I want to be careful about putting this back on here. And so what I'm going to have to do, what I'm going to think I'm going to do here, is get me a block of wood that I can protect from banging up against that needle bearing. We got blocks of wood around the shop. That's one thing we got around here, because in reality, I'm a carpenter. In all reality, careful not to cause damage when I'm trying to fix damage. So, rather crash wood to metal and metal to metal. When I put this together, I'm going to be ginger. I'm going to be gentle with it. I can't just push it on there. It's not going to work. I'm going to take me a little rubber hammer. If you take that steel up against that cast iron and you smack it too hard, something's going to break. And we don't want that to happen. So I think what I'm going to do is, for an extra measure of precaution here, to protect those bearings from shock, I'll take this. The straighter the better. That dude goes on straight, we're a lot better off. Well, I'm not liking how this is going right now. I really can't put that in place and beat that on there. What I did to get it off is I pulled this thing out and I kept on putting blocks of wood in here and smacking the end of this shaft and being real careful just to knock that bearing out real ginger-like. So to knock it back together, I don't want these gears touching each other. You know, because this metal is tempered and hard and all that kind of stuff. And if you ever dropped a really good drill bit, they shatter. Bing! Makes a big old mess. So I think what I want to do is find a piece of wood or two to support that and tap that on gingerly. So, that looks interesting. You're going to kind of see how I do things, which might be a little bit hillbilly, but you know, that's okay. We got to put something in there that we can get back out. That shouldn't be much of a problem. I'm thinking that we could bring this shaft forward. We ain't touching much there. This is laying on the bottom. We ain't doing too bad right now. I wonder if I could take this dude. I had me an old guesstimate measurement there. Right about there. If you can't do it the way a mechanic would, do it the way a carpenter would. I'm going to pull this up, bring it out the front, a little bit there. set that. Right there. Bring this back a little bit. Set that right, right about there. Then I think we'll be good. And I'm going to very gingerly tap, 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 tap and spin, tap and spin. This is how we're gonna win. That block of wood's gonna keep me from making a major malfunction on here. Let's see. WD-40 will be okay. Not my favorite. Put a little persuasion on there. And just tap and spin. Notice I'm not trying to smack a fire on that, and I want to keep on rotating it. You don't want that thing to start going on there crooked. As you can see, it's going on. Yeah, man. She's going on. We got about a quarter inch left to go. If you want to, you can make a little song out of it. You got the percussion section going. You can go, well, I don't know what would go with this percussion. Maybe a little Elizabeth Warren music. Let's see here now. I think we're on there. One way to find out, we can get this snap ring to go on there. If you look, whenever you do work, you want to look for evidences. I can see where that snap ring rode right there. I'm going to put that dude right back where it came from. I'm looking for evidence of how things came apart. You know? I think a couple more taps and we're golden. So we'll make sure I don't damage nothing. You know, take your time. Take your time and figure it out. I'll need a pair of pliers, I do believe. Sometimes doing stuff like this can make you a little bit nervous. Am I going to tear it up? Well, do your best to be careful, but at the same time, you can't be so careful that nothing happens. You know, generally, I try to be careful and do a good job with everything that I do. But at the same time, we don't live in a perfect world. So, we've got to figure out what's necessary to make it right, and do everything that we can do to make it right. But we also have to realize that there ain't nothing perfect. And some things that don't matter will drive us the craziest. All right, now, see if I can't get this in here. The snap ring's got to go back where it came from. So, I've got to make it small. Get it in its groove. And this, I can't tell if this is going to be a friend or a foe for getting this in here. My most excellent idea for the panduit strap. Ooh, it's got some spring to it too, so when it snaps, it's gonna hurt. So, oh, we're getting closer, believe it or not. Sometimes these little snap rings are quite the trick. Oh, there we go. Looky there. Now, we gotta make sure that snap ring's fully seated. Dude, I think we are pretty darn close. I think